Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have yet another woke meltdown going on in the mainstream media right now. And the funny thing is, it's all happening because their gigantic superstar of a movie, which was Barbie, of course, the ultra feminist movie that did not bomb in the box office. It was actually massively successful as everybody thought it was going to be. Granted, not quite in the $1 billion club, not that I thought anyway, but still, we all knew it was going to be successful just given the name. But that's besides the point. Mainstream media is losing their minds because apparently Barbie was completely snubbed at the Academy. But the funny thing is, the girls were snubbed, but the men were not. Ryan Gosling was nominated for Best Supporting Actor in a movie where the women weren't nominated for anything when it's a movie for women. It is honestly pretty damn hilarious to see all of this go down, and everybody who is just taking the side of Ken. It's just great, man. It's absolutely hilarious. So let's get into this article, guys, from Bounding Into Comics. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. And consider subscribing to my manga channel. The links are in the description box below in my link tree. I will love to see you there. So there's a headline that says woke mainstream media outlets melt down over the Academy snubbing Barbie in the Best Actress and Best Director categories while nominating Ryan Gosling as the Best Supporting Actor. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ken is the true superstar of the Barbie movie. Ken is the one that everybody likes. It's so great, man. It's so great because Barbie is the movie that they hold on to. Barbie is the movie that they use to bolster their arguments when everybody says get woke, go broke. They want to bring up Barbie as a means to kind of counter that argument. So the fact that the girls did not even get a single nomination, but the men in the movie did, is just another hilarious addition to the ever-evolving saga of woke versus non-woke. So it says woke mainstream media outlets have been going on a pitiful and predictable tirade over the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences nominations, which saw the Oscars snubbing Barbie in the Best Director and Best Actress categories. On Tuesday, the Academy made the Oscar nominations known to the public, revealing that neither director Greta Gerwig nor lead actress Margot Robbie were nominated for their work on Warner Brothers' Barbie. Oof, I know Greta Gerwig is just rolling around in her bed right now. She is angry as hell that a man got a nomination and she didn't. She is one of the most hardcore feminists of all the directors in Hollywood right now, so I just know she's eating this up bad. It says, rubbing even more salt on the open wound of woke mainstream media outlets crying over the Academy snubbing of Gerwig and Robbie, the film received 8 nominations in total, including Barbie actors Ryan Gosling and America Ferrera in the Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress categories, respectively. Other nominations received by Gerwig Helm Film also include costume design, music for I'm Just Ken. Oh no, not the Ken song too. The Ken song. Oh my God, they cannot win. By Mark Ronson and Andrew Wyatt, as well as What I Was Made For by Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell, production design, writing, adapted screenplay, and best picture. So listen, the movie got a lot of nominations, and just because it's not the two main feminists in the movie, I don't really consider that to be a loss. I think if I was the Barbie movie or the director of the Barbie movie, I would be happy. But unfortunately, the director is just an unhappy woman. It's impossible to make someone who's so unhappy happy, especially when a man just got nominated. I can't, man. It's hilarious. Enter woke mainstream media outlets who seem to have taken offense to the Academy for having decided not to nominate Gerwig and Robbie in the Best Director and Best Actress categories. Some even attempting to argue that box office success should equate to recognition of talent. Really? Really? Suddenly that's a thing. So box office success suddenly means that the movie was actually decent or not. That's interesting because the argument was usually the other way around. Whenever we would talk about get woke, go broke, and the fact that movies bombing in the box office usually equates to it being a terrible movie, they would try to argue otherwise. They would say, well, movies are more than just the box office. Movies are more than just how much money they make. They have messages that mean something, and it's about what they make people feel. And now all of a sudden it's the other way around because it's a movie that they actually want to actually succeed. It's never consistent with these people. You're never going to find any consistency when it comes to the woke mind virus. It's very clear that they're just going to try to flip the story to whatever's going to be more beneficial to them at the time, and this is just another example of them completely changing the narrative. It says the Los Angeles Times Glenn Whipp decries no, not again, attempted to argue 4 years after being overlooked for her work behind the camera for Little Women. The Academy's directors branch again slighted Gerwig, this time for Barbie. You think making a movie that grossed more than $1.4 billion at the box office, earned ecstatic reviews, and launched 1,000 think pieces would have merited a nomination, he added. People's Magazine's Benjamin Van Hoos wrote Greta Gerwig was left out of the Best Director category, while star Margot Robbie was absent from the Best Actress category, further arguing despite helming the #1 movie of the year at the box office, Gerwig, 40, was not recognized in the directing category. Detroit Free Press Julie Hines lamented that Barbie did not get as many nominations as Christopher Nolan's critically praised Oppenheimer, which landed 13 nominations, declaring Oppenheimer leads the overall tally with 13 nods, followed by Poor Things with 11 and Killers of the Flower Moon with 10. Well, that's because those movies were objectively much better movies. There was a lot more things that were more exciting in those movies and a lot better done in those movies. Barbie did well, not because it was a great movie. Barbie did well because it had such a strong namesake. Barbie as a whole, that product, that namesake, is so unbelievably strong in the market that, of course, if a movie came out about it, there was almost no way that that movie was going to fail. People were going to come from everywhere across the freaking United States to go see that movie. Any girl that's ever had a Barbie doll in her life was going to go see that movie, and she was going to bring every one of her boyfriends to go see that movie as well. So you just know that that movie was going to succeed no matter what. And it just so happened that the movie was pretty average, or maybe a little bit more than average at best. So combined with that and the namesake, of course it's going to make $1.4 billion. That should not be too shocking, okay? Like I said, I'll admit, I didn't think it was going to hit the $1 billion club, and it damn sure did. So great job to Barbie, but that doesn't mean that you're necessarily an amazing movie that deserves as many nominations as, say, Oppenheimer, for example. It says, but Oscar blew its chance to relive the 2023 face-off that had us all excited about movies again by giving Barbie only 8 nominations. Barbenheimer at least deserved a nominations tie, she regretted. Why? Why did it deserve a tie? Just because it did better in the box office? Like, come on, bro. It doesn't deserve anything. The movie's going to get what it deserves to get. And unfortunately for you, it only got 8 nominations. And think about it for a second. You think these companies would not want to give something like Barbie more nominations? Of course they would. But it just wasn't that kind of a movie. It says, Hines added, while Barbie is competing for Best Picture, the woman who embodied her, Margot Robbie, and the woman who led her, Greta Gerwig, are somehow missing from the actress and directing categories. Clearly, the next Mattel edition of the doll needs to be Oscar voter Barbie. A new NBC News' Daisy Tolentino decried Margot Robbie was not getting a nomination for Best Actress when her co-star Ryan Gosling was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, similarly lamenting Gerwig not being nominated for her role as the film's director. Barbie took over the world last year, but Margot Robbie was knocked out of the Best Actress race, and Greta Gerwig did not make the cut in the Best Director category. Man, these guys are losing their mind, and they're losing their mind all because good old Ken, right here, is nominated for Best Supporting Actor. And let's be real. Think about the Barbie movie, right? Think about the Barbie movie, and think about the movie not having Ken in it with Ryan Gosling. Do you think the movie would have done as well? Do you think the movie would have been as interesting for a lot of different people? I highly doubt that. Ryan Gosling deserves this nomination because he made this movie more than just a feminist talking point. He made it something interesting to watch. Margot Robbie was playing her role as Barbie very well, but Ryan Gosling really made her shine and made the entire other cast shine. So that in and of itself deserves a Best Supporting Role nomination, and he deserves that. So these people going crazy over it because it's a man versus woman and all this nonsense, they're just completely stupid. They have no idea what they're talking about, and all they're doing is using their ideology in their mind to try to push some narrative about how women deserve to be nominated just because they were in a high-grossing film. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.